Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. I know that it's just a few minutes early, but I'm going to go ahead and get started because I have some other things to do today, to be honest. But I'm glad that you're here with me. I'm glad that you clicked on this video. Today I'm going to be talking about my results from my fifth month doing OMAD. So I've been doing OMAD now for 5 months and it doesn't seem like it. But first, I want to introduce myself for those of you who don't know who I am, don't know who we are. We are the Perrin family. My name is Nancy, and it's so nice to meet you, so nice to have you here. All right, so on this channel, we do family vlogs. We share my journey on OMAD. We give you glimpses into our everyday life. Sometimes I share my food here. Um, so if that sounds like your thing, then we invite you to subscribe to the channel and stick around and share this journey called life with us. I also upload Ipsy hauls, the Ipsy Glam bag once a month whenever I get my bag. And so that's another thing that we do over here. I forgot to say that. And so much more. Welcome in, Boss Lady Denise. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad to see your beautiful face. All right, so 5 months in on OMAD. So what is OMAD? OMAD is a type of intermittent fasting where you only eat 1 meal a day. That's what OMAD stands for, 1 meal a day. And everybody kind of does it a little bit different. Some people say that, they eat their meal within 1 or 2 hours, and that's considered OMAD for them. Anything more than that would be too mad, or 2 meals a day, or whatever the case may be, 2, 3 meals a day. But for me, it doesn't necessarily have to be in 1 hour or anything like that. It's just that I sit down and eat one time that day. Because, when we go to restaurants and things like that, sometimes it does take a little over an hour to get all of your courses. And so I don't consider it that. I just consider that I have fasted a period of time and that I will eat one time that day and be done. And then, my fasting starts over again. So is it exactly every 24 hours that I eat? No, of course not. Every day is different. Sometimes I fast for 24 hours, sometimes a little more than that. Sometimes it's 27 hours, 28 hours. Sometimes it's a lot less than that, especially on Mondays whenever we're coming back from the weekend, because as y'all know, I've said in previous videos, I don't follow OMAD very strictly on the weekends. My husband and I are ministers in our church. A lot of times in the church we have food on Sundays. And, sometimes it's not enough food for that to be my 1 meal, right? So I will go home and eat a little something extra to complete my meal. And then sometimes I actually wait a few hours and we go out as a family. We have very, very little time together as a family. With us, working and homeschooling and ministering and all that. Sometimes we have very little time as a family. So on weekends, I am so much more flexible, and sometimes I will have too mad. Sometimes I'll have 2 meals a day, but it's 2 small meals. Probably about the same amount of food. Don't know. I don't measure my food necessarily. Don't really count calories and things like that anymore. But probably about the same amount of food, just that I allow myself a longer eating window. I don't know why I said larger. A longer eating window, like it's an actual window. I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay, there I go with my ADHD here. A longer eating window. And which is usually like 4 hours or something like that. So that would be considered 2 meals a day on the weekends. But during the week, I do strictly OMAD. So, I have changed some things up recently. I'm still doing OMAD. I'm still doing 1 meal a day, but I am adding more meats in my diet and cutting back on carbs a little bit. I wouldn't say that I am keto or, anything like that. I really don't want to put a label on what I'm doing right now because I haven't figured out exactly what I'm doing yet. I know that I have always felt better whenever I cut back on carbs, and I know that. I know that I've always felt better if I cut back on carbs. I know that I always feel better when I don't eat sugar and things like that. But it's so hard, y'all. It's so hard to sustain from those things, especially to abstain from those things, especially when, that's the foods that you love to eat. So I don't want to put a label on it right now. I am definitely trying to heal my relationship with food. I know that. And I would love to say that, I eat in moderation those things and whatever, but y'all have seen y'all have seen my uploads of what I eat in a day, and so y'all know that's not true. Some days I have more carbs and some days I don't. And so starting the last few days though, I have reduced my carbs. Right, it does make you feel better, Denise, whenever we cut back a little bit, but then we want it again in a few days, or I do. I'm speaking for myself, but I know that I want it again in the next few days. And for me, there's a certain time of the month that I want it more. And so it's a struggle. It definitely is. And I say that it's a journey because I don't think it's a one and done thing. Okay. This is something I've been dealing with pretty much my whole adult life. As a child, I don't think I dealt with, food addiction or carb addiction, sugar addiction, anything like that. And I guess we didn't really, I know that we didn't have that much food growing up. We ate whatever mama cooked, right? We ate whatever our mamas cooked. We ate our grandmothers or whoever took care of us, right? And so, yeah, there weren't a lot of choices back then on what to eat. And I grew up here in Mississippi, and my parents actually had 6 kids. I'm the baby of 6 kids. And so, yeah, my dad didn't really make a lot of money. And of course, the carbs are the cheaper foods, right? Or that's the way it was back then. I grew up in the 90s. So, yeah. And it's hard to break those addictions. It's hard to break those habits, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get back at it again and take control. I believe that God has given us that authority. Over ourselves and over everything that we put in our body, everything that we do. We have that authority in Christ, right? And I'm not preaching, but as a believer, I believe that I have that authority to take control over the situation as, the child of God that I am, and say no to those things. Denise, we love rice too. We love rice too. I'm married to a Guatemalan man, and we eat a lot of Guatemalan foods, Mexican foods. He spent about 20 years in Mexico. Or about 15 years, I don't know why I said 20, 15 to 20 years. I don't know exactly how long that he stayed in Mexico, but he went back and forth between Mexico and Guatemala for many, many years. And he lived in Mexico part-time and lived in Guatemala part-time before he came to the United States. And so we blend all of those foods. And sometimes we have like what we would consider American, Tex-Mex or whatever, Mexican American foods. Sometimes really authentic Mexican foods, really authentic Guatemalan foods, and sometimes we eat American foods. And so we eat a variety. I just love food in general. I just love food in general. And but that makes it more difficult, cutting carbs and being married to someone who that's what he grew up on was rice and beans and all these things, corn tortillas and things like that. But anyway, my husband loves rice and beans with everything. Yeah. Yes. Same kind of foods going on over here. So and of course I grew up on the Cajun red beans and rice and things like that. I grew up on stuff like that. So my daddy lived some time in Louisiana, and so he brought those foods, into our family traditions. And so, yeah, I'm a foodie at heart, but I'm trying to gain back control over those temptations, those addictions, the struggles, whatever you want to call it, and do better for my health because, we do control what happens to us in life, and whatever we are putting in our bodies can eventually have an effect on our health. And so, and I'm not, telling anybody else what to eat or anything like that, but I personally feel better when I don't have sugar and carbohydrates. And so I'm trying my best to get back started on a healthier diet for me, which right now includes adding more red meats to my diet because my iron is low. I am anemic, and I've been anemic for several months. I've been taking iron pills. They have helped, but I'm still not where I need to be. And so I have, an underlying health condition that has caused that. I'm not going to go into that, but anyway, I believe that I can help even that with my diet. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And then, eventually, if that doesn't help the underlying condition, and right now it's actually progressing, it's getting worse. And so the iron's getting better, but the other health condition's getting worse. Hey, Frugal Mama, welcome in. How are you doing? And so anyway, I'm trying to get a hold on that as well. And, I may have to go back and get that checked in. But 5 months in, and I'm feeling great on OMAD. I am seeing lots of changes, not just in weight loss, okay? Because it's not all about weight loss. It is about feeling better. It's about even my skin is getting better, which I think that is actually just this last week, right? With cutting back on carbs and sugars and things like that, I can see an improvement in my skin. I can feel it. My skin feels more hydrated, more moist. Whereas, I was feeling like it was getting pretty dry the last few years. Thank you. It's this Mississippi heat, Frugal Mama. It's the humidity. It's done something different with my hair. I don't know what's going on, but thank you for that. It does look pretty good on camera. If I look in the mirror, though, I see it all going everywhere. The front's not matching the back, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but thank you for that. Yeah, so 5 months in, and I have lost a total of 20 pounds doing OMAD. Yay! So last month I was kind of bummed because I hadn't really lost any weight, but this month I have lost 6 pounds in comparison to last month. And so I am down to 206 pounds. And I think that's pretty great considering the obstacles that were thrown my way as soon as I started this journey. I think that's pretty great. I know that a lot of people, lose a whole lot more in 5 months, but like I said in the video, in the little short that I made the other day, don't compare yourself to everybody else. Compare yourself to you. You know where you were last year, 2 years ago. You know where you were even a month ago, right? So compare yourself to you. And so that's what I'm trying to do right now, right here where I'm at, is compare myself to me. I'm not trying to see what, Frugal Mama's doing or what Boss Lady Denise is doing. I'm not trying to see what some of the rest of you are doing. I want to know what is going on with me, because that helps me stay focused. Y'all are inspiring to me. I really applaud Frugal Mama for the way that she has transformed, the way that she is helping others in their journey. And I always say that. I love watching her exercise videos. I love seeing, she's made her own garden. She is, doing what's right for herself and for her family and all that. And that gives me inspiration to see where she came from and where she is now and where she's going, right? But I can't say because, I see Frugal Mama doing this, and so, I feel bad about myself. No, it should make me feel better about myself. It should inspire me and empower me to keep going on my journey and to keep going right where I'm at, and not worrying about, oh, well, she's skinnier than me or what. A lot of times we do that, and I'm not picking on you, Frugal Mama, but I'm just using that as an example because a lot of times as humans we do that. We look at, our sister, we look at our friend, we look at our neighbor, whatever, and we say, oh my gosh, I should have already done that, or I should have, I should do this or that, or no, no. Take it as inspiration, take it at face value, and keep going in your journey. And I know that that's why Frugal Mama shares her journey, is to inspire others. So I thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. And I love seeing Miss Boss Lady Denise and sharing her fashion hauls and things like that. That inspires me. That inspires me to feel good in my skin. It really does. For you to, model your dresses whenever you do your hauls and things like that. For you to model your clothes and say, this is what I bought. This is what, I expected or whatever. This is what I see that it looks like. I like this one, or I don't like this. This is not my type or whatever. That inspires me to keep going with that too, because as I'm losing weight, I'm changing sizes. And I've got to rediscover, how I want to dress my body along this journey. So for the last couple of years, I've felt terrible in my skin. And I don't mind admitting that. I have felt terrible at, looking at myself. And I've been miserable looking at myself and looking at how I've gained weight and things like that. For me, I felt bad. So, as I'm learning to, appreciate what I have now, and that's a big part of this. It really is. And that's not, I know that there is a big movement going on about, accepting obesity and accepting your curves and whatever. And you know what? My take on that, and I'm just going to leave it right there. I'm going to say a little bit and then I'm going to shut up because I'm not going to get in that too much. But we see it everywhere. We see it everywhere. There are some extremists that are pushing that narrative, and then there are so many people on the other end that are like, no, 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 it's ugly, it's fat, it's whatever. Okay, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and then, then I'm going to move on. But for me personally, my deal is accept yourself right where you are. That doesn't give you permission to do worse. Accept yourself where you are. Recognize where you are and what you can do, what is within your limits, and push those limits. Push those limits as much as possible to do better. But don't compare yourself to others, and don't let people rain on your parade, because they don't know your story. They don't know what you're struggling with. They don't know what's going on the inside of you. And so don't listen to what all the, whatever the extremists are saying on either side of that. But accept yourself for who you are and be the best version of yourself that you can be. If that means working on yourself, work on yourself. If you are where you need to be and where you can be realistically, okay, accept yourself. But just because an extremist is saying one thing or the other doesn't mean that we all have to go down that route. We all have different journeys in life, and it is okay. It is okay. We can still exist in the same world, okay? All right, that's my take on that. That's my spill on that, and I'm done. I am getting back to exercising. That's something that I wasn't able to do for the last 2 months. Many of you know that whenever I had the stroke, I was not able to do those things. And I have I have gotten some critical messages from some people saying that OMAD contributed to my health issue, or that OMAD messed me up, or that whatever, and that I shouldn't be talking about OMAD anymore. Y'all, I was 2 months in on OMAD whenever that happened to me, and I was diagnosed with brain disease like three and a half years ago, almost 4 years ago. So. Um, Yeah, it's not OMAD that caused my health issue, and even you could say that it contributes or whatever. In my case, it did not, because I was very new to OMAD, and right now I'm feeling better. I'm more energized, and so I'm getting my strength back. I'm almost 100%. I'm not I'm not 100%. I'm not completely past everything. Um, Even today, I can tell that my face is a little more tight on this side, and I don't know if y'all see that, but I do. Um, Sometimes when I talk, still my mouth is a little crooked or whatever, and I see things like that still on some days. Some days are better than others. Some people say that that may be a lifetime thing. I don't know. I don't believe that, but I believe that I will come back 100 full circle. That's my personal belief, but I've started back walking as a daily exercise. I'm not doing it every single day, but I wasn't doing it every single day before. I was doing 4 times a week, 4 miles each time that I walked. I still haven't made it back up to 4 miles yet. It's about a mile and a half that I can walk right now. And then I just go pass out in my car. But I drive to a walking trail, and I walk for about a mile and a half, and then I drink a bunch of water, and then I just go lay down in my in my driver's seat for a little while before I come home. Um, but that's what I can do right now. So yeah, again, I accept myself where I'm at, and I'm pushing myself to the limits, pushing myself beyond limits, and doing better each and every day. And so, yeah, the last few days to a week, I've been making some changes in my diet. I've been cutting back on carbs and increasing meats because of the iron my iron being low, and my ferritin levels are low as well, which is the ferritin levels are actually your iron stores. So you have your iron levels, and then you have your iron stores, which are like a backup source for your body whenever your iron is running low. And my ferritin levels are actually running low. So I need to get those back up into normal range. And so I'm doing everything that I can. I'm eating beets to, help with the absorption and the blood flow and all that. And I am taking 2 different kinds of iron, 2 different sources of iron tablets, and then I'm increasing my red meats within reason, still eating vegetables and things like that. And the vegetables help too with the absorption. And so one of my iron pills actually has vitamin C in it, and so that will help me with the iron absorption as well. And yeah, so I'm doing what I can right now to get back on track. I think I'm doing pretty good for a 6 pound weight loss this month. I'm doing great. So I'm going to keep on doing OMAD, and I plan to make some videos. Not going to go live with it, but I will make some shorter videos because I know I get long-winded. We're already 20 minutes in. I'll make some shorter videos talking about, different aspects of doing OMAD. So I do feel like my clothes are getting looser. I know that they are. I've lost 2 dress sizes. I started out at 18W whenever I first started on OMAD, and now I'm down to a 14W. And so, yeah, pretty soon I'll be down to regular sizes. And so, that's something new for me because I haven't been in quote unquote regular sizes in a long time. And even though maybe I weighed less than what I do right now, maybe, 5 years ago I weighed less than what I do right now, but my clothes fit differently now. And I even noticed that we have a swimming pool, and so we haven't been swimming since last year. And I put on my swimsuit, and I told my husband, I said, you think my stomach's actually gone down this much? Because I remember last year that I had a little pudge in my, and I still have a lot of pudge, but whenever I wore my swim top, though, I didn't see as much as what I saw last year. And so that made me feel good. You know, I was standing in front of the mirror, and I usually don't think things like that. I really don't. I don't look at myself and say, oh, wow, you're looking good. I usually look in the mirror and I say, that doesn't look very good. You know, I need to lose some more, or, you know, what can I do to hide this? And that day when I put on that particular swim top, I looked in the mirror and I said, whoa, I don't remember it looking like that last year. And I asked my husband was right next to me, and he said, yeah, you've lost a lot in your stomach. And that made me feel really amazing, because this belly has been through a lot. This belly has been through a lot with pregnancies and, you know, having children, and fibroids and cysts and different things that I've gone through. This belly's been through a lot. So that meant something to me. And that gave me even more inspiration. And so when we're in the pool, I'm doing some water exercises as well. You know, you can bend better in the water than what you can outside the water. So I'm taking advantage of that. Y'all. And so I'm incorporating different kinds of exercise, not just walking. And so, yeah, I'm able to do maybe some sit-ups or something that I can't do outside the water. Y'all that have bellies know what I'm talking about. It's hard. It's hard to bend that fat. And so, yeah, I'm feeling better about myself, and I want to encourage you that wherever you are on your journey, keep going. Keep shining. You know, if you're on a weight loss journey, keep going. It doesn't matter, you know, where you started at. It doesn't matter where you are right now, but you know that you're going somewhere special, okay? You're going to a special place. You are going to, you know, you're going to meet your goals. You're going to get there. Keep going. If we stop, then we're never going to get there. If we get discouraged and give up, we're never going to make it, okay? And so I need you to keep going. I need you to keep on with your goals. Do something every day that helps you. Do something every day that encourages you. Do something every day that inspires you. Whether that is, you know, listening to an inspiring message, whether that is, you know, going and taking a walk and just emptying all those thoughts out, and you know, just having some relaxation time, whether it is going swimming with some friends or with your kids, or treat yourself each and every day to something that will be beneficial for you, for your mind, for your body, for your soul. Treat yourself each and every day. That's what we need. Because if we don't, then we're just going to sit in our misery. We're just going to see all the negative, and that is contagious. The negative energy that you feel is contagious, and you can contaminate others. And so that's my encouragement to you. That's what I'm trying to do in my own life, is, you know, get rid of that negative energy, take it somewhere else. So when I'm walking, a lot of times I am sorting out my thoughts. I'm praying along the way, praying for myself, praying for my family, praying for my husband, praying for my marriage, praying for my children, my relationship with my kids, praying for strength, and praying for others as well, you know. I use my time wisely, or I try to. I'm limited on my time that I get to do, you know, what I want to do or whatever. And, you know, that's a part of being a mother. That's a part of being a wife, and a part of having responsibilities. But whenever I have a moment to myself, I try to inhale and exhale, okay? Try to inhale and exhale as much as possible and just get rid of whatever negative energy that I feel. I just try to get rid of it and ask, as a Christian, I ask the Lord to just remove all things that are, distracting me, disturbing me, any weight that I feel. Just help me, Lord, to bear it. Help me, Lord God, and just, remove what is not mine. And if it is mine to bear, then I ask you, Lord, for strength. I ask you, Lord, for patience, for endurance and perseverance, right? And so that's my encouragement to you as well. Just really, really let go of negative energy and enjoy where you're at. Enjoy where you're at and keep going. All right, so thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk today. And thank you so much for being a part of this journey. If you have questions about OMAD, or if you have questions, about anything health related that you just want to share, or you want to share your journey with me, I would love to read that in the comments. I would love to learn about your health journey as well. If you have any tips for others who are on health journeys, or if you've already gotten to your goals and you just want to share that experience with us and let us know, how you made it work for you. Let us know down in the comments. Let us know. I want to interact with y'all, and I'm actually thinking about maybe doing some interviews and things like that with people that have been on health journeys, and maybe you've lost a lot of weight and you were in, a bad place, but now you're in a better place. Or not even about weight loss, if it's just that you have improved your health significantly. Let me know down in the comments, and I may be reaching out to you, because that's something that interests me. Because if we can inspire others and encourage others, even if it's just one person, right? A lot of times people say, why do you talk about it? Why do you share certain things? If it's to inspire one person, it has purpose, okay? And so I'm not talking just to hear myself talk. I am speaking on this to bless someone, to help someone, and to encourage someone. And so if you have an experience that you want to share, let me know. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sharing this time with us. God bless you. Have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Stay hydrated, stay cool. I know many of you are in southern states, such as I am, and it is really extremely hot down here. So please, please, please drink your water, stay in the shade, stay cool, okay? And we will see you again another day. God bless. Take care.